Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling Autocross, and today we're dealing with a 1968 Dodge Dart Hemi Superstock. Now this has a 1039 horsepower, 894 pounds-feet of torque from a 6.5 litre supercharged V8 engine, and the car itself weighs 2,723 pounds. It's got rear wheel drive and it can do 0 to 60 in 3.429 seconds, 0 to 100 in 8.994 seconds, going on to a top speed of 144 miles an hour. Now I will admit that I had to change the transmission on this vehicle because the ordinary one could not handle this power for whatever reason. It was only able to get to a top speed of about 105 miles an hour, so I gave it the street transmission just to bump it up a bit. So yeah, we got a bit extra top speed because we can more than do 105 miles an hour on this course even with the worst of cars. So yeah, we had to upgrade that part, so that's the only other part that's been done apart from all the engine upgrades. And yeah, this has better handling and a lot less weight than the other two muscle cars from the previous episodes. So yeah, hopefully this will do a fair bit better because we have yet to break the 1 minute mark with a old muscle car. So yeah, hopefully this Dodge will be the first. Let's see what it can do. Obviously this car is more, you know, suited or made for straight lines, drag racing, that kind of thing, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it does weigh a lot less than a lot of muscle cars from that time, so that should hopefully aid it in terms of handling. We're still going to suffer from the same kind of issues of the last two, with plenty of oversteer, plenty of sliding around. Very much doubt the brakes are going to be all that competent. They are nearly 50 years old after all. Well, we've already beaten the previous two muscle cars by a fair margin. So hopefully it's just going to widen that gap. Hopefully we'll get below 1 minute. Pretty decent in terms of acceleration. Obviously having a 5-speed gearbox now takes away some of that drag racing edge. But we have at least gone below 1 minute at 58.258 seconds. So yeah, by far the oldest muscle car to go that quick. It's even quicker than a 90s Ford Mustang, so yeah, that's a fair improvement on that lot. Bit skew-if then on the takeoff of that jump. Not going to prove that time, unfortunately. We've at least got 2 more laps to try and do so. really rather quick around that corner. A lot of cars go below 60 mile an hour. That was nearly at 70, so kind of shows the kind of difference between this and the Chrysler Valiant and the Ford Mustang Boss. Right, final lap to get some improvement out of the time. Really surprises me how smooth this car actually is. Yes, it's got oversteer issues and it will bite back if pushed, but yeah, far better than the previous two muscle cars. But we aren't going to improve that time, but nonetheless it's still a quick time from a car of this age and of this type at 58.258 seconds, which puts it ahead of not only those two muscle cars, but the likes of the Lancia 037 Stradale, the Mazda RX-7 from 1997, the Pterodyne Gurkha, the Toyota Supra from 1992, the Ford SVT Cobra R from 1993, the Volvo 850R on the 1987 Nissan Skyline, and it's less than a second behind the likes of the all-wheel drive vehicles of the GMC Cyclone, the Subaru SVX and the Audi S1. So yeah, to be less than a second behind cars that are all-wheel drive and far newer than this is fairly impressive, quite frankly, especially considering it's dealing with more than twice the power it had originally. I think it was 425 horsepower, so yeah, more than twice the power, near enough 2.5 times, and yeah, it was pretty smooth. Yes, it had oversteer issues at times, like I said, when you push it, but as long as you're smooth and as long as you're careful with the throttle, it's pretty tame, quite frankly. And around the corner after the jump, it was really rather quick. Like I said, a lot of muscle cars, or a lot of older cars at least, can barely crack 60. This was doing nearly 70, so that just shows that the lack of weight in this car and probably the slightly wider tyres at the rear are make a big difference in terms of handling, unlike the other cars, especially those two other muscle cars which have really rather skinny tyres and weigh a fair bit more. So yeah, really impressive vehicle, and I'm really glad it did as well as it did. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.